All right, and we are back. It is the Brass Tacks Podcast, episode 31. We are your hosts, Rick and Adam. I'm Rick.
Oh.
That's Adam, and we are joined as usual with our lovely and talented intern, Logan.
Hello.
It's a beautiful day for a podcast. We moved it a little day late. Give us a what I like to call a mental health day. How's the pup doing?
He's all right. He's home, but
yeah, he's a tough dog. He'll be able to push through.
We'll see.
Fudge, yeah, dude. So fucking the other day I was on Discord with my buddy Casey, and we were talking about basically like if time travel was a thing and you could do it recreationally. And I don't know how the fuck we started getting into it, but we were like talking about all the worst times of like I guess humanity's past. And we were talking about how, like, if we went back into certain things, like, where would we go? What would we change? Would we change anything? And we started talking about, like, what if, like, two dudes from now, like, we went back to, like, the slave days or whatever. And I forgot, like, who mentioned this, but, like, you know how in those movies, like, Roots or, like, Django or something like that, every time...
Roots?
Roots. But every time like there's some kind of hate crime or some kind of like ignorance like that going on, there's always the perpetrator, like the person doing it, and then there's always either one or a handful of people kind of cheering it on and being weird in the background, like the yeah, get him, you know, hey, woo, you know, those types of dudes. And my buddy was saying like, hey, that's kind of like a hype man for overseers or for racists, and then he came up with this character named Slaver Slave.
Oh no.
And he's just a hype man for racists. It was so bad. Like it was, I don't know, it caught me off guard. It was super late at night and I was loopy as it was already, but like really funny dude. He my buddy Casey, he does a show in Myrtle Beach. He does a weekly podcast called Two Guys in a Closet. But pretty funny. You need to check them out if you haven't.
Talk slut. You're a talk slut, dude.
How am I a talk slut?
We need that talk slut drop.
I need a hype beast drop.
You need a talk slut. Like,
talk slut.
Talk slut. Like drop. Call it like
your button at him.
Yeah, Chris Matthews he called us, I can't remember what, but he called someone a talk slut.
Why? Isn't it a talk show?
Years ago, he called someone a talk slut.
But it's a fucking talk show. What is he over here getting all like sanctimonious about it for?
Google it. It's fucking the thing, dude. Chris Matthews called someone a talk slut, dude.
I'm not Googling it.
All right.
You Google it. I do need to get you I'm going to get you just one button. I'm going to get one sound effect button, and it can be any sound of your choosing, but that'll be your one thing.
It'll be...
What? It'll be what?
Talk slut, dude.
Shut up. Let's get into some bad news.
All right.
Well, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Okay, give me the bad news.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
This whole thing fucking sucks. I mean, this is the biggest pile of shit.
McDonald's worker allegedly smashes coffee pot of hot water on customer's head. Now, I like this for a number of reasons. Working and having worked in the service industry in the past, we've all had these moments. And actually, I'd say in any job, no matter where you've worked, you've had a moment where you have wanted to commit some sort of violence against somebody. And if what this person says actually happened, then I think smashing the coffee pot on this gentleman was justified. So basically, a worker at McDonald's in New York City was arrested after allegedly smashing a coffee pot filled with hot water on the head of a customer following a dispute at the restaurant's drive-thru window. Police responded to a 911 call late Thursday night at McDonald's in the Bronx, where they found a man in his 30s with a deep cut on his neck. And so the employee is saying that there was a verbal dispute between her and this guy sitting in the car in the drive-thru, and allegedly he spit at her. And I guess when he spit at her, she reacted in kind, but with a coffee pot full of hot water.
Piping hot water.
Piping hot water. And so I guess the coffee pot broke and then it kind of slashed into his neck. But what kind of got me about this was that they keep using the word allegedly throughout when it's, they got on there, they arrived on the scene. There's a man in his 30s with a cut neck and there's glass and a fucking coffee pot just sitting there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's,
That's what?
they have to.
I mean, it's
For legal reasons.
fucking Quincy came in there and ruined the investigation for him because he was asking questions before the police arrived.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where it sucks because she got charged with 2 counts of assault, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. And it says it's unclear if this employee has an attorney yet.
Life in jail. That's probably what she's gonna get.
Most likely. It just sucks though because it doesn't say if this dude spit at her and
Well, that's also breaking the law.
Yeah, dude, I feel like that should be some kind of thing too. They didn't even mention that. It's just like some guy. I don't know. It's kind of like in these articles, they never really pay attention to the people that, I guess, the injured party. It's like they talk about them, but it's more or less just about the lady who freaked out and smashed the coffee pot on him. But it's like, this guy sounds like he was kind of a dickhole too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
100%.
Who hasn't learned that lesson yet? Like, you don't fuck with people that make your food. Like, there's gonna be fucked up shit in there. Like, I don't ever act disrespectfully at a restaurant, at a drive-through, nothing like that. You could be a bag of shit to me, and I will not break character. Like, I'll either just leave or I'll just play it cool and fucking until my food gets there. Then I'll undress you. But I don't know, dude. You can't be fucking with people that make your food.
No, it's too risky.
In other news, this one,
Oh no.
blind man fails citizenship test after being denied Braille. Now, this is kind of sad, but this picture they used of this guy, it's a heavy set man, and he is looking like he's just got these milky white eyes. He's not wearing the...
Well, they should put some sunglasses on or something.
You would think that's the dignified thing to do, but this fucking guy is just going sans the sunglasses, making everybody in that room uncomfortable, and it looks like he's just staring off into the distance, and there's no sign of a pupil or anything like that. But regardless, this story is kind of sad because this dude, his name is Lucio Delgado. He was born blind and uses a cane to get around, and he moved to the U.S. from Mexico 6 years ago. And I guess what happened was the only amenity that they gave him during his test, like he passed all the other parts of his test except for the reading and writing portion of it, but they didn't produce a Braille version of the test. What they did was they gave him a version of the test in super large print. But the guy's completely blind.
That's not going to help him.
No, he's not one of these partially blind guys or anything like that. I mean, just looking at that picture,
No,
he doesn't see shit.
Can't see shit.
He looks like he's constantly coming is what it kind of looks like. He's got this look of odd pleasure going on. A man that always looks like he's in mid-climax. So, and this sucks too because in this thing they're interviewing him and he's like, over here, I was going to get the education that I couldn't get in Mexico, and I was going to make my family proud here and there. And all of this is being publicized, but yet the United States is still like, see you later. Gotta go.
Yep, no bro.
That's kind of fucked up, though. I mean, the dude's been here for 6 years, and I don't know. I mean, I get a country not wanting to accept somebody based on the fact that they're potentially, well, I guess there's no potentially, this guy is going to be kind of a burden as far as funding goes and stuff like that. This guy's probably not going to be able to work a normal job or anything like that. So I can see not wanting to have to add another person to the government dole, as it were. But it sounds like this dude's got plans to pursue an education and whatnot. But what's killing me is if he's 23 and he's been here for 6 years, I'm wondering, didn't he attend a high school or anything like that?
Oh, sure.
I'm just kind of wondering, why is he not in school now? Because it doesn't really give any info on that.
Well, it doesn't look like he's 18, dude.
Well, no, he's 23.
Yeah.
But my thing is that, what is, is he, I wish they would go into detail about whether or not he's currently doing something. You know what I mean? Because it would be a lot easier to have pity on this man if he's like currently working on a degree and shit like that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't know.
You know, and you'd hate to think that this poor blind bastard would get on the news and just kind of try to tug at your heartstrings by being like, man, I planned on going to school. I was going to be a motherfucking surgeon. And they blindsided me with this bullshit. But no, this is just unfortunate either way you look at it.
What if he's like an apprentice to Steven Seagal? In training.
You won't need eyes the way that I'll teach you. You don't get a black belt either. You get slicked back soy sauce hair when your training is complete. It's fucking terrible. And
Yeah, he's not known as old soy sauce hair though.
yeah, wasn't that
Liam Neeson's.
Yeah, he's
Soy sauce hair.
he's still trying to pull it off.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. This is another one I disagree with the direction the school district's going in, but FDA bans school electric shock devices. The ban is national, but is squarely targeted at a single school in Massachusetts that has been using electric shocks to condition students' behavior for decades. I mean, come on.
What?
It's just like a little, all right, so it looks like a little metal strip that straps to like your ankle. And I guess these things just deliver, like the admin or whoever is part of the staff here, they can just kind of give you a shock to get you to straighten out a little bit.
That sounds really weird, dude.
I just feel like, there's got to be some give and take here because we've talked about how out of control kids are at school and shit like that. And I see, working at a liquor store, as I'm sure you can imagine, I see a ton of teachers. And one of the main things I always bring up is like, man, I really think you guys should be able to hit kids. And they're always in agreement. I've never had one person look at me and go, oh, no, they're fine. They're little angels. They're just working it out.
No, yeah.
No, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
But so this school was basically just getting by for a while doing this, and I don't see any.
How?
So I guess it just went under the radar for a while because it doesn't sound like anyone's brought up any issues with it until now. But it's the only school in the United States that uses the electric shocks to discipline students.
Why would the FDA be the one coming down on them, though? That's weird to me, isn't it?
That is odd. That is very odd. Yeah, that's a good... Well, maybe... Food and Drug Administration. That's very weird. Maybe through some
Doesn't
weird...
make any sense.
Through some weird, like... I guess, like, it falls into... the Food and Drug Administration, like, falls into...
The gap?
The gap of, like, medical attention and shit like that. And, like, I guess this is... Even though this isn't, like... conventional medical practice, like we have seen electric shock therapy in a bunch of different it's been implemented in a bunch of different ways, whether it be through law enforcement or through psychiatric wards and shit like that, like how they used to do that kind of crap. And then now here in this school district doing it on the ankles of kids who are misbehaving, which that's fine. I mean, dude, these kids they're not giving them enough volts to like fucking stop their heart or anything. Like I think the worst case scenario, you'd probably shock a kid who wasn't expecting it and like maybe shits himself a little bit in class or something
Shits his
tiny.
britches?
Yeah, he shits his britches in class.
An unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, for him, but it's like, what did you do to get the shock? You know what I mean? I don't like to take sides immediately until I know both sides.
But then where do you draw the line?
I think the small electric shock is cool.
But for what? Then people are just going to take for this, and this, and then they're going to add to that. Oh, now if you are a minute late to class or something, or 30 seconds
you catch a shock.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
I think that's fine, dude. Like, what's going to happen? I mean, they're going to be a little bit more punctual. They're going to not mouth off as much because they don't want to get shocked.
You sound like a fucking old dude, man.
Well, when it comes,
an old guy.
No, when it comes to corporal punishment, usually 9 out of 10 times I'm gonna back corporal punishment because
corporate punishment,
corporal punishment, because I've seen way too many videos of these little fuck sticks running around and like bad mouthing teachers and hitting teachers and shit like that.
Oh, for sure.
And dude, if I had a kid that was running around acting all hard like that, there's no way they're not getting their fucking head cracked open. You can't do that. That's a potential school shooter. That's somebody who's going to go and like be a rapist or something.
Yeah.
He's going to be the Pepsi Cola rapist.
Right, but the shocking's not going to stop him from being a rapist or a school shooter, most likely.
That's true, but it will prevent them from disrupting the class where all the normal kids are trying to learn.
Most likely we'll get to a point where we know genetically, like, oh, that person's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's a bad apple. And
then maybe there's like, you can modify genes at that point, so.
Right, which I'm all for.
But there's a slippery slope there, too. I don't know.
It's tough, but that's the thing is, like, if you have the ability to prevent, like just horrible diseases and horrible psychological predispositions and shit like that, you kind of should take that chance and try to do something about it.
Right, but I'm saying they're going to abuse it.
Well, yeah,
of course. They're going to start doing really weird shit with it, too. They're going to do weird shit, dude.
Yeah, human beings have never been known to be the most responsible when it comes to technological and medical advancements and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to mix like fucking macaroni salad and frogs and shit.
End up with a fucking
genetic combinations,
ending up with kids with macaroni brains.
Yeah, dude.
Stupid shit like that. That's what's like the human condition and where it is now is such a fucking bummer, because I'm so excited about like space and just like the exploration of the unknown and stuff like that. But
the final frontier.
Yeah, but you can't trust humans to do anything responsible with that. Like, it's going to be a race to whichever country gets to colonize this planet first, and then it'll be like, oh, you're from this country, you can't come onto my planet, and it's just going to...
What planet, though? What planet is going to be colonized?
I'm just saying further on down the road. I'm talking like
we're talking
long-ass time.
A million years.
It's going to be weird. We're going to be dealing with, like, intergalactic...
planetary.
Secessions of countries and stuff. Like, they're going to be like, we're no longer a part of Earth. They're going to secede from Earth and shit. It's going to be an intergalactic civil war.
That could be
revolutionary war out in space.
Why isn't that? I mean,
like Trump's acting proactive with the Space Force, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Space Force.
Proactive here. Getting us ready.
We're sending the first one up today.
Almost made it.
Rockets don't have wheels on them. But yeah, dude, it's like, it sucks because I'm so excited. Like, each year that goes by, like, technology, it's just an awesome thing to watch it grow. It's an awesome thing to watch how human beings interact with one another over time. But it's disparaging sometimes because, we're so far off from being like a cohesive unit as a planet. And that's what it's going to take for us to even like realize these cool things that we've seen in the movies and these cool medical advancements that we could have. I mean, it's just bullshit that we're still chasing this weird imaginary currency, these weird numbers that don't actually exist, but they seem to dictate every move you make.
Well, dude, if aliens came down right now and be like, look, all you guys do is just got to get your shit together and just, everyone's
if they came down and gave
level
us
playing field, but we would still be like, no one will do anything. Nothing will get done.
Well, first it would just immediately throw the entire planet into chaos. And you'd have a bunch of religious fanatics either like killing themselves or killing each other. There would be mass panic. There would be a huge like internal war going on in society. A lot of people would die and shit like that. And then after all that happened, then we could start rebuilding.
Or maybe not. What if they no, because there'd be like a bunch of flat earth skeptics be like, that was fake. Those were holograms, dude.
You're right. That's another.
The government put them there, dude.
I hate to bring up like a religious thing, but that's how people like, that old saying. I guess it's not that old of a saying, but people are like, man, if Jesus were to come back today, would you even recognize him? Would you even believe it? And it's like, well, no. First of all, because he never existed.
Happened,
but the thing is, like, if an alien came down and like it was broadcast on all the major news networks and stuff like that, people would be like, it's a hoax.
Yeah.
And then you have Jesse Ventura out there. He's just like, I know that those are holograms and shit like that. He'd be trying to explain it away.
Yeah.
People would immediately try to profit off of it first. But then I bet you the aliens would just kind of be like, they're not going to show up in the first place. First of all, I don't expect there to ever be any kind of like first contact on the aliens' behalves or the extraterrestrials' behalves. Because who the fuck would want us?
Well, I mean, that could be said, but I mean, this fucking universe thing is so big.
How big? It's fucking craziness going on in the background.
10 to 20 miles.
Oh, 10 to 20 miles from Earth.
Diameter.
Oh, that's a pretty wide... That's a wide area for exploration there. But no, it's just... I don't know, man. It's it's a fun thing to think about. It's a fun thing to talk about. But like, I don't know. There's people out there that really think like, oh man, that disclosure's right around the corner. And it's like, no, it's not, dude. Because what purpose is it going to serve? It's just going to throw a bunch of shit out of whack. It's gonna displace a lot of people who have a firm footing in the integral workings of the world that want to keep their power. You know, they can't.
Oh, that's going to be the biggest thing is power. People.
Yeah.
No one's going to relinquish power in their country.
No, not at all. And certainly not to benefit a bunch of strangers across the planet in countries that they generally probably hate. You know, I mean, it's safe to say that there's a lot of countries with neighboring countries where they just don't get along very well.
Right.
That's true for most countries, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
Canada's a big problem for us.
It's true. The vicious Canadians.
There's a perfect example of this happening out in Europe with the British leaving the European Union.
Oh yeah, Brexit
can't work. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's costing them a shitload of money in the meantime.
Oh yeah.
$10.
$5 or $10, yeah.
Nothing.
That it?
Yeah.
Fucking boardroom Adam over here is crunching numbers.
$5, maybe $10.
Dude, this is a good one right here. This isn't necessarily bad news, but this happened in Italy. A malfunction causes red wine to flow from faucets in an Italian town. This would have been perfect for me, dude. Just fucking do a backflip right off the wagon and be like, well, it's a sign from God. I'm supposed to drink.
And then you hear him say,
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
God damn it.
A malfunction at a local winery caused 1,000 liters of ready-to-be bottled wine to leak into the water pipes.
How does it leak into the water pipes? Are the water pipes made out of like paper?
No, apparently. So it explains later on in the article that apparently it was like some kind of pressure issue, and what happened was it like forced the wine into the water supply, like into the water lines that were in the distillery or into the place where they're bottling everything. But basically, what happened was I think it was like for 3 or 4 hours, 20 homes in this Italian town, they just fucking had nothing but like every faucet and everything they turned on their house for hours just ran with wine. So the entire town started bottling it all up and shit like that. And they were calling the winery like, yo, dude, your shit is flowing into the streets right now. Like people are bottling your wine. And so
neighbors are telling each other,
Try the wine.
come on, I was putting pressure on you.
No, it was good. The article, it was going to come. The article's about wine. There's no way I'm not going to hit that button.
Just making sure.
Holy shit. Yo, so the local government, they posted, this is another thing that kills me. The local government posted on Facebook that the leak didn't pose any health risks. That's so funny that here, like now in this time in human history, when you really need to get the word out to the public, we go right to Mark Zuckerberg and fucking say, hey man, it's raining wine out here. Like there's no more town crier. There's no like, this is a small town in Italy, dude. There's like, I feel like you could have just opened up a window and been like, hey, y'all, some fucking wine out here.
Baba the boopy.
What's wrong with the wine we got?
Drank pretty good.
Got Barefoot. Stella
Pinot
Rosa.
Noir.
Zinfandel.
Yellowtail.
I can't think of another one. Did you say Yellowtail?
Yeah, brand. Yeah. Malbec.
Okay. I wasn't really like I wasn't super into wine back when I was drinking a lot. Were you ever a wine guy?
I will drink wine.
Yeah.
I've maybe bought wine 4 times in my life.
Yeah. I never really got into it too much. And like whenever I did drink it, it would just make my face like really red and I would fucking sweat super heavy. Not unlike what happens when we eat the chicken store. I get halfway through a chicken store and I'm just busting out into the sweats and I get all
got chickened up today, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We ate chicken and fucking watched Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Watching young Larry Fishburne dance around on that pontoon boat.
Yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford, Fishburne.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford, he was only like 63 when they shot that. He was in his prime.
Yeah, he was peaking. I mean, dude, the guy looks great now.
Yeah, he's not doing bad. I mean, he needs to lose that fucking earring. I can't stand
He's
that.
keeping his edge, dude.
There's nothing edgy about having an earring.
A new Indiana Jones is coming out, dude.
He better not have that fucking earring in or I'll
he's
boycott
going
that film.
to, dude. He's going to be like,
look what I bought. I almost choked on a loogie, dude. I was gonna drop a joke right there, but I almost fucking choked on a loogie. Oh,
there's always next time.
No, it feels like that fucking sucked, dude. I feel like I just got like hit in the throat a little bit there. That's never good.
Take a drink of water or something, dude.
Well, no, it's gone now, but I mean, it kind of. I don't want to take a drink of water because the way it felt was like when you take a drink of water and it goes down the wrong tube and you feel like somebody's clutching you around your larynx.
Someone's pursing you?
No. You're a big idiot. So I guess the mayor or whatever of this town, he like gave this speech because he wanted to address the townsfolk after the wine thing went down. Everybody's drunk as fuck and they gathered around and stuff like that, and the news was there to cover this little like press conference he was holding, and he was like, as we know, the town's been hit with the coronavirus. Like, this is already a small town, but like they've had like, this is part of like northern Italy where they've been experiencing like a shitload of that issue. Yeah. And so the virus has kind of been giving them a run for their money up there, but the guy was like, it's nice to have a moment of levity amidst the coronavirus outbreak in our town and shit like that. And like,
this was a news grab. Fake. They did it.
Not fake.
It was not an accident. It was purposeful. This is fucking just a bullshit story, dude.
Why is it that every single time,
I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now,
something out of the ordinary happens,
I'm calling it right now,
you think it's fake?
I think it's I think that it happened, but it was planned. There's no correlation. This is planned.
I don't think this was planned. Why would they?
To get your like town this is CNN, dude. So
why would a small Italian town whose primary source of income is this winery, and they just wasted,
there you go.
They wasted 1,000
liters.
They
want people to come to that winery, dude.
Well, that's actually not far off, because later on in the article he does say that like he hopes that the incident will boost tourism.
Interesting.
So yeah, you might.
It's fake, dude.
I apologize, Adam. I can't lie.
On there.
Got caught with egg on my face this time.
You didn't have your tinfoil hat on, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like, this happened recently too, but like I know we don't like we really don't like to cover politics and shit like that on the show a lot of the time because it's just fucking hacky and everyone literally does it. So, but there was this like recently, Biden was, where was this? Was this at just one of his rallies? Or
yeah, he's a dude. I mean, he's just such a great speaker.
He's the fucking worst. And this is the thing too. I hate to bring up any one particular politician because I don't give a fuck about any of them, and I don't care one way or the other how any of this goes down because it's all pre-manufactured and
right. But this guy sounds like he's got a fucking a mental
It sounds like
decaying or something, like dementia or something.
I agree, and it sounds like it's when you hear his speech patterns and stuff like that, it sounds like a mismanaged set of like peels. Like this dude's not taking the right ratio of peels or something like that. But I hate singling out one guy over the others because like you can't make a joke about it or you can't say anything good about these people without the whole world being like, oh, they're all for this motherfucker and stuff like that. It's like,
no, it has nothing to do with that. Like, but he's just silly. Yeah,
there's a lot of silly geese on the campaign trail. I'd go as far as to say every politician I've seen,
this guy shouldn't
has
be
had
winning.
a silly goose moment. But yeah, this is a clip of him. He's at one of his rallies and he's like, he's trying to do the whole like, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that whole thing.
Oh, you know what I mean.
And he just blows right through it. But I wanted to play this real quick because he's just such a fucking turkey for this.
On there.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
What?
Dude, come on, man.
You know the thing.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that alarming? That's alarming that this dude is...
These people behind him are just like,
Well, this dude's set to run against friggin' T-Dog.
Yeah, and that guy's going to be like ripping Biden apart about like not being able to speak. So. Well,
absolutely, and he's going to have. If you think this is the end of his faux pas, then you got another thing coming because this dude's. That's all right. No more Vietnam movies before the show.
Apocalypse Now. Look it up.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, it's back on HBO.
Back on HBO.
Yeah, I was glad glad to see it back on there.
And that channel, I watch that channel. I follow that channel.
The Hill.
Yeah, I subscribe to them.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though.
Crystal Ball.
Going back and watching these old Vietnam movies and stuff like that, you kids nowadays really do need to realize how easy you have it compared to all of us who actually had to serve and fight in that war.
Career.
Why are you laughing over
Vietnam.
there, Logan?
Because you're like 30.
I was over there in Saigon fighting for your fucking freedom.
You're like
smoking Thai stick.
Like Frank.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito. Like
that Always Sunny episode.
It was a business trip in like 89.
Yeah, you were in Vietnam in like 1988 or something like. Stupid fucking Frank.
They drew first blood, dude.
You know, I've been telling people that I served in Vietnam since I was in like middle school. I wrote a paper on it one time. My teacher laughed, but she was like, "Yo, you really need to chill the fuck out with this whole thing."
Well, you got to think there was a lot more Vietnam people when we were kids.
Yeah, big time.
Vietnam now, I mean, you're pretty fucking old, dude. If you're
that's
Vietnam
like,
vet.
Yeah, that's like World War II.
World War II is almost gone. There's like a half a person left. For World
a half a person.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see? There was a guy in Tennessee. He was a German SS guard at one of the concentration camps, and they found through some like old records of a sunken ship or something like that this one guy worked as a prison guard back in 1945. It was like the last year of the war, but this dude in Tennessee, he'd been living in Tennessee since the end of the war. He was a German citizen who was later, in the SS and all that shit, but he was like after the end of the war, he's been living here in Tennessee, and he's been collecting like a government check from Germany for his service in the SS and shit like that. And the U.S. government just found out about it. And Germany, I think Germany's the one that recovered the records from the wreckage of the ship or whatever. But the U.S. like extradited his ass immediately, and now he's getting ready to go on trial. Could you imagine that? Building an entirely different life, different name, other side of the planet after this atrocious war, and you think you're free and clear, and then bam, right in your twilight years, you get butt fucked.
Twilight years, dog. He's like 99 at this point. Who cares?
Well, no one cares. First of all, it's a Nazi, but like it's just.
Yeah, but I'm saying that dude. It obviously doesn't. There's no karma because karma came and got him in his fucking 90s after he enjoyed a fucking full life. Whoa, man, he got punished for being a Nazi.
I think
the dude just fucking lived out a life.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's safe to say that there's no karma or God. I mean, look, the war happened in the first place. War is currently still happening. There's still childhood leukemia. There's still AIDS. There's coronavirus.
AIDS.
Which I'd probably take AIDS over coronavirus at this point. It seems more manageable.
If you watch TV, you're inundated.
With AIDS?
With Truvada commercials all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's because it's easier to prevent than ever, Adam. You don't have to worry about a thing anymore.
Like I got it. All right. I guess okay.
Shut up.
Like, I'll write it down. Someone, if they needed it at this point, these commercials have been on for like fucking 2 years.
Well, yeah.
Like if I needed it, I would have wrote it down at this point. All right.
Yeah, but see, that's the reason they're doing it. It's like, look, dude, we don't have AIDS, but yet we know all the drugs that are associated with them through those commercials, which is, that's good. You want that kind of information in your head. You don't want to just be going out there not knowing how to take care of AIDS. That's tough.
I guess.
He fucked a stranger. Where is he now?
He's dead.
He's in his bead with a hurt tushy. And he lost a lot of weight.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's tough boy stuff. I think we should move into friggin' Bologna Boys.
Bologna Boys.
This week I have a really special one for you guys. So I wanted to do something a little different because the past few weeks we've been doing some like just mentally unstable people. So I wanted to do something a little bit more funny this time. And I forgot who sent me this. I've been asking around online and shit like that because I can't remember who sent me this actual page. But it's this couple, and they have a YouTube page, and they basically just make really, really shitty karaoke videos. and they use really shitty backdrops and green screen effects and stuff like that. But
I did watch this video yeah.
But their name is Bev and Bob, and they have absolutely no talent when it comes to karaoke or any type of...
They have hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're good musicians.
I know.
That just means they're
but that's
cows.
that's close to 500,000 fucking views, dude.
I know that.
It's impressive.
Do you know that? It is. I will say yes. It is impressive to be that shameless about it, and I feel like at this point they've been around for a few years. Like they're probably just leaning into it at this point. They know they suck, but it's like, hey, we're getting all this attention.
They're probably getting some money from 500,000 views. You get some money for that.
Fuck yeah, dude. They're not paying their own views. You know, views are taken care of at this point.
Views are taking care of the pews.
The views are taking care of the pews. So shut up. The video that I chose from them is it's an Evanescence cover, and it's the song "Bring Me to Life."
That's not good.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's just get into this.
On there.
These terrible fucking pictures in the backdrop.
What the?
Oh no. Well, first, all right. This lady's wearing like a muumuu kind of thing.
Well, no, it's not. That's clearly a shorts.
I see. Situation. Yeah, there's a seam right there.
Yeah, there's no muumuu.
She's got a purple scrunchie around the microphone.
She does.
Let's just say I don't know.
She also has a black scrunchie on the one side, it appears, and actually on both sides, right?
And we also should say this woman's probably in her late 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
She looks extremely.
You're being
homely.
Very generous.
Well, I'm judging
late
because
30s.
Well, the video quality doesn't make her. I'm trying to be nice here.
No.
Well, what would you say?
Late 40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
40s.
All right, fair enough. Fuck you guys.
Definitely. You got to give it another 10 years. I hope so.
However,
if you're right, that is
it's rough. It's a rough looking chick. However, she's got some
damn.
heavy boobas. Very heavy boobas. And she is not wearing any support.
Doing her any favor though. So
you don't like those? You don't want to see those?
Nah. No, I don't.
They look rough.
It's not good.
It looks like an old nutsack kind of, just the way her boobs hang.
It
like
looks
that.
like
It just
when
looks like
Randy
an old
was
nutsack.
jumping on his like big cancer sack.
Oh yeah.
Like a very cartoonish nutsack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, her tits look like Peter Griffin's chin.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude, those big heavy naturals just wearing her forward. That poor woman's spine probably looks like an S.
What?
I'm saying she has scoliosis. It was a bad joke.
I know.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
She's so offbeat. Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna get taken off the internet, dude. From
No,
Evanescence's copyright.
Well, no, it's karaoke music, so it's completely fine. But you never want the backup track that's singing behind you to be better than you are. And I feel like she's missing the mark by so far right now.
It's not changing on this one, dude.
And it only gets worse.
Ugh. She's good.
Peak musical
Wake
talent.
me up! I can't wake up! Save me!
He knows.
Dude, this guy,
He knows.
he didn't even walk into the shot. He faded into the shot. And this guy's wearing like a fucking long black skull t-shirt, kind of like a Punisher-esque t-shirt.
And sunglasses.
Yeah, he's got aviators on and like long kind of like hippie stonerish hair, but he's got this weird handlebar mustache going on.
The mustache is throwing me off a bit too. I don't know.
Wake me up.
Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me!
He looks exactly how he sounds.
Yes, he does. It's so bad.
Who is this person?
I don't know. First of all, another thing, how are you going to fuck the lyric up when you have a screen right there with the lyrics on it? This lady is a fucking mess.
I bet you they live in Arizona.
What makes you say that?
Nothing. Just a guess.
Wake me up!
Yeah, I'm with Adam on this
I
one.
can't wake up!
Could be an Arizona situation.
Save me!
Oh,
What the fuck?
a lot of shoehorning.
I can't wake up! Save me!
Oh no. What's with the fucking...
It's pretty hard.
I've been living a lie!
Yes, you have.
Nothing inside!
Truer words have never been spoken. I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside. With their lousy fucking Microsoft 98 background that they've got going on. Like, what are those visual effects?
That is like, yeah.
That
Those
reminds-
you saw those visuals in like, Windows screensaver for sure.
like computer lab in middle school. That's like what all the screensavers look like.
Yeah.
I've been living a lie. Oh my god.
All this time I can't believe I couldn't see.
Oh, no.
Dark, but you were there in front of me.
These people can hold a beat.
Shut the fuck up.
Voice without a soul.
They're really good, dude.
There must be something more. Wake me up.
Definition of like musical timing.
What's killing me is there's the entire like musical backing track behind them
Yep.
going to a consistent beat.
There sure
How
is.
do you fuck that up?
I don't know, but it kind of makes me think.
Musical talent.
Well,
That's an obvious one.
step one, be able to sing a little bit.
Yeah, careful with those hot takes, Logan. Oh, be careful.
But doesn't I really want to play like Guitar Hero now?
What, from listening to fucking bad
shitty
Evanescence
people
cover?
sing and stuff. Yeah, it was
That's
fun.
yeah. All right,
You play
yeah,
the
when you're-
drums. You play guitar. You'd be like,
Oh, like Rock Band.
well, Rock Band.
I got you. Yeah, that would be. I never played Rock Band. I played Guitar Hero, but wasn't.
Same thing.
I fucking hated Guitar Hero because I play a real guitar, and Guitar Hero is just annoying because it's buttons.
Right.
So it would just annoy me. I would quit playing it, and I would
Yeah,
play
but
a
the
regular
drums
guitar
is kind of sweet.
like a human. Well, the drum one's actually cool because it's actually practical, and you're actually
Yeah.
drumming. But
Right.
there was one video game called Taiko Drum Master. It was this Japanese game. It came out on the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Obviously it was around for way before that. And it's still around to this day, but it came with this giant taiko drum, which was just a big plastic drum sensor and these two fat drumsticks.
Just like,
and
yeah.
you literally just sit there with this thing in your lap and just beating the shit out of it to the little dots that would appear like to the beat and shit, kind of just like Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay.
It was like Guitar Hero Dance Revolution kind of shit like that. But really fun game.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I could not get into the Guitar Hero for some reason. I always felt like a douchebag doing it, but I didn't feel like a douchebag with this little Japanese drum in my fucking lap as I'm sitting Indian style on my bed.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. Oh no.
Wake me up.
Wake me up!
Wake up. Save me.
It sounded like you said shave me.
Shave me.
I've been living a lie.
Jesus
Nothing
Christ.
inside.
Could you imagine those two fucking?
No. I mean, yes, that's definitely what's happening.
He's
but-
like, I think I'm inside. Him tapping his toe off beat and shaking his head.
oh. Ew.
Oh no, they're. Ew. What was that kiss?
It looked very forced.
He went in for a kiss and she like quick pecked him and jerked back away like an autistic person.
Just trying to keep screen time up.
Jesus Christ. And did you notice that when she turned her head, she had no chin? She had the profile of like a rubber chicken.
Rubber chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
What you've seen a rubber chicken, obviously, the one that you fucking
have.
Yeah, you've seen the side profile. There's no chin or any type of feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, well then what the fuck are you doing? Inquisitive about what a rubber chicken is, you bag of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to think. Do you think they have kids? Do you think they've procreated?
I hope not.
Oof.
I feel like these are the type of people.
Yeah.
It's like they
may have.
These are
May have.
people. These
50-50.
Yeah, well, these are people that have obviously probably not gotten a lot of attention from the opposite sex throughout their entire lives. So when they found
Wait a
each
minute.
other,
Shut up.
but when they found each other, they were so like sex crazed and needed to get it all out and like do as much as they could with each other and shit like that. A kid definitely accidentally happened out of those two, because I'm sorry, but like when you live your life not having a whole lot of sexual contact and a lot of experience in that regard, then you're also not super privy to all the ways and different techniques that you can use to stop a child from entering that woman's womb.
Not familiar with any of those options.
Cool. Good addition to the show, bud. Fucking asshole. Just keep shooting stuff down and see where we go next. I do have a treat for you today, though, because I know how much you like these, and we haven't done them in a while. I was up until like 5 in the morning last night just fucking around on the internet, and I was like, we haven't done cringy Rick tweets in a while.
Oh, no.
Rick,
we don't have to do that if you don't want to do that.
Well, it's been a while, and I found
That's...
I found some real gems last night. And
sorry to interrupt. Could you say the date?
I've got the dates written down, and
First,
that's exactly
just so we
what I
can,
was
like track how cringy you were at that age.
Absolutely.
Okay,
that's what I've got right here for you.
Are these
today.
all post Colorado or is there pre Colorado?
These are all pre Colorado.
Oh wow, this is 7 years ago.
Yes. So actually, yeah, exactly 7. So I've got a few, and I kind of dialed in on the year 2013 because I was a real bag of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So right here we've got September 13th, 2013. I'm going to drink and play guitar in my bed all day. Sunglasses on. With an ellipsis at the end.
What?
Yeah, I was being edgy. I was going to stay at home and play guitar and drink in my bed all day.
That's not even edgy.
Well, it's just, it's one of those things where, you're farming for attention online. And,
right.
I think...
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think 2013 Rick was thinking, oh, man, somebody's going to be like, man, that's such a cool life. He's just doing whatever he wants, drinking, playing guitar in his bed.
Chicks are going to get wet over that, dude.
This next one, I hesitate to even read because this one really is embarrassing.
Well, now.
October 10th, 2013, I tweeted, I mosh in tie-dye. Ew.
No, you didn't, dude.
Yes,
There's no
I did.
way you really did all that,
October 10th, 2013. I'm telling you. How do you think I feel? I actually wrote this shit. Don't be over there all fucking exasperated like you got the air taken out of your fucking sail. I'm the asshole that has to live with this.
And I have to. I hang out with you. I gotta think. He tweeted that.
Associated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you do too. Fucking executive intern Logan.
Yeah, we're in too deep at this point. What the? Come on, dog.
Yeah, I know.
What are you?
I mosh in tie dye. I really should just.
Why?
I should have died that day.
Your actions have consequences.
Yeah, this is me kind of like, this is my act of contrition, is me just reading them out loud and letting everyone judge me. So again, this October 10th wasn't a good day for me. Again, that day earlier that morning, October 10th, 2013, I tweeted, "Good morning, beautiful aliens. Much love unto you and yours. Coming straight from the," and then hashtag mothership. Ew.
I hate how you say beautiful aliens. You've been doing that even up to this 7 years later, dude.
I don't say beautiful aliens anymore. I don't.
You
think.
stopped a month ago because I got upset about it.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, and also I'm a 31-year-old man. I don't need to be like, what am I doing out here? Oh, hey, beautiful aliens. I'm not that same guy anymore. I'm not all about fucking like love in all directions and shit like that. I'm all about like you stay in your space, I'll stay in my space, and then we can call it good. But yeah, no more beautiful aliens.
All right, fine.
So this next one, I'm just ashamed of because first of all, it doesn't make sense. Second of all, it was me trying to be really deep and edgy. And then third of all, I was hammered drunk when I wrote this. And this was another kind of funny thing when I was going through all my old tweets.
Oh, no,
you can see drunk Rick, sober Rick. You can see depressed Rick. You can see, having a manic day. Hopes everyone's doing well, Rick. That kind of shit. But this one was clearly like drunk, middle of the night, getting ready to go to sleep because I feel unappreciated or whatever.
Oh, no, dude.
But September 21st, 2013, I tweeted, absence, ... and you will follow. Greatness, and you dare compare yourself to me? Well, we must all be divine. And I spelled divine D-E-V-I-N-E when it's D-I-V-I-N-E. And then after that, realize your greatness, beautiful people. What a fucking bag of shit that guy is. I should have been killed in a car accident.
That was deep.
I'm
blown away, man.
This is like it fucking sucks because like I've been on these social media platforms for years, and like when I look back at them, I don't see one fucking thing I'm proud of. It's just a giant fucking time lapse of disappointment.
A constant shit post.
Yeah, it's just really bad, and like it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but you can start now, dude. Start now because these fucking stink, dude.
I already have started now. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
But that's the thing is like from now, like I kind of made that pact with myself. Like I'm not out here trying to recycle a bunch of shit that everyone's already seen online. Like if I don't have anything like original or funny to say, then I'm probably just not even going to be online unless I want you to fucking listen to the show, which even then we do something that's kind of attention grabbing. That's not just the same old bullshit you see all over the place.
Yeah. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life sucks, man.
Oh no, but it is all bullshit.
2013 Rick tweet. Life? What about life, man? Life is like, what you make it, man.
This is not real.
No. I was
Okay.
freestyling that one.
Thank
No,
God.
the last one I have is from it was clearly a manic morning for me. I wasn't having a depressed day, but it's it's okay. This was September 2nd, 2013. I tweeted, "It's a great day to kick some ass and love someone." Who the fuck am I, Anthony Kiedis? Who am I trying to inspire? You know what these tweets are? These tweets are of a skittish alcoholic who's trying to hold on, who's trying to fucking maintain some relevancy on the internet.
You're thinking like it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off and someone's filming you like, oh, and then like that'd be cool for a movie that like if you type that in and then went on a crazy day.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that. You're writing that.
No, you're right.
There's nothing cool is happening.
That's a really good point because you're exactly right. I wasn't doing anything cool that day. I was probably trying to do like a maintenance level of cocaine, go to work, deliver some stupid fruit arrangements, get back home so I could play my guitar and make more like cringy, weird posts.
And drink in bed with sunglasses on.
And drink in bed.
As we know. Well,
with sunglasses on.
Yeah, so
You've never had an edgy drinking in bed day? You've never like just sat at home and just been like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch Cheers and drink all day.
No, not drink in bed.
Dude.
At least I'll get up. I'll go to the couch.
Yeah,
and drink at the couch.
That's fair. I feel like
because then I can feel like I can do stuff. But
no, that's true. I feel like you don't really have like super depressed days, do you? Like you've never really dealt with like depression on that scale, have you? Or
well, what do you mean?
Like, because I feel like a lot of those days, like I was trying to make it sound a lot cooler than it was. Like, oh, I'm going to stay in bed and drink all day. But in the reality of the situation was like I was waking up like you were not a human being. You need to like just stay away from everybody and and abuse your body in this bed. Don't move from this bed. It was like a lot darker than I made it sound online.
Yeah.
None of those days.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't think they were quite frequent, if any. But
you've never done it.
Definitely, have never tweeted like a fool. So
you've never sat in your bathroom with the lights off and done a dry run with the leather belt and the shower rod?
No.
Or the towel rod?
No.
You never leaned forward with that around your neck just until, you saw a little bit of sparkles and then you realized, I'll give it one more day.
No.
Me either.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like it. It's convincing. You're convincing.
Not even once. Yeah, I don't think I could go that way though. Like, I don't know. I'm too narcissistic, first of all, to take my own life. And I don't know. I just feel like there's too much unknown about life and stuff like that. So like, I don't know. I'm just too curious. No matter how sad I get, I'm always too curious about like what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, you're certainly curious.
Oh. That was me projecting earlier when I was talking about all the HIV drugs and stuff.
Yeah. Really defending those Truvada commercials, guy.
I know, I'm always walking around bragging about how much weight I lost after I quit drinking, but it had nothing to do with that. Yeah, did you notice Rick's got a really low T-cell count?
Oh. He's got Truvada.
Yeah, he doesn't tan well.
You've never tanned well, so shut up.
He just gets very sleepy when he's in the sun. He needs to be carried into the shade. I really am a worthless twink. But
sure.
What are you gonna shut up? Don't piggyback. I don't need that. I don't need you reaffirming.
Oh.
I'm gonna write that fucking. I would do a suicide email. I wouldn't do a suicide note. I would just CC a bunch of people.
I gotta let you know, I don't ever check my email.
I don't feel like most people really do.
I don't check my email.
Definitely not.
I check the show's email just because people send us like videos and shit. But like my own email, I have 4,000 some odd unread, unopened messages, and I never delete my email.
16,088.
Why the fuck are you so important? Who the hell's trying to get a hold of you? Bunch of J-date requests and shit.
No, I'm telling you, like
the priest from all those years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to catch up.
Speaking of that, did you? Where I work, there's a Denver Post like marquee.
Oh yeah. I read that whenever I wait for you. Sometimes when you're still at work.
Like something about like Buffalo Diocese in New York.
Yeah,
it's like trying to file for bankruptcy because they had like 300 priests. We talked about this on the show like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Or even more than that. How it came out like 300 priests like were fucking kids, and that whole diocese like. So they were like, "Oh shit, we haven't made money now," because they removed the
what?
The time frame you have to file a complaint.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Which on rape there shouldn't be a statute of limitations. I don't think. Like,
well, definitely.
That's ridiculous.
A priest is fucking a bunch of kids. People should probably know about it.
Yeah. Well, why didn't you tell anyone when it happened to you? That's because Adam's from a better generation where we knew how to like keep things under the rug.
No, but the priest that was in my area did get busted.
Oh,
well, he didn't get busted. He's dead. But like everyone thought that dude was leaving because he was retiring.
Right.
Like, oh, he's just old. Like he had a bypass surgery.
Yeah.
No, dude. Like apparently a bunch of families like put a lawsuit against him. He was like molesting kids, like altar boys and shit. And so they just said, "Oh, just retire."
What?
So he just retired and went off to like priest home.
It never gets any easier to hear that because like I know that happens so often, but like every time I hear that, I'm just like, how fuck?
It must have been rampant.
Well, and that's the thing is like you realize that they're only moving these guys around and not doing anything about it because they have to protect that money. They're letting these guys run around fuck kids to protect money.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. Like the whole Boy Scout thing now, it's like they're going bankrupt.
Oh, they're done
because of
they're bankrupt.
Yeah, because of that whole thing. Which yes, these kids and these families should get restitution for what had happened, and the proper people should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But like, it sucks that it's coming at the cost of a program that like I really enjoyed growing up. Like I had a fucking awesome time in the Boy Scouts, and like I never got fucked by an adult or anything. In fact, when I was in the Boy Scouts, I've said on the show before, like I was kind of a miscreant. I was definitely like a horrible person to have around, but I had a good time.
I believe
Yeah. No, one of my buddies I was in the Boy Scouts with, he heard that episode and he hit me up like a little while after that episode came out. And he was like, yo, dude, I totally forgot about that. Like, because he was one of the kids that was running around pissing into tents with me. And like, we were pissing on everything. I pissed on this kid's book bag, just drenched it. And you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in this camp. And so like, and it's just hot. You're in South Carolina, like in inland South Carolina is fucking humid and shitty. And like, it just smells like hot piss in every tent. It was so bad. Every tent smelled like piss except for mine. I still don't know. Like, I didn't get in any trouble while I was at camp. The only trouble I got into, which wasn't even that bad, was I accidentally threw my retainer away with my lunch, which is such a fucking classic.
That sentence, dude.
That's a classic summer camp trouble to have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was like a $500 replacement for the retainer. My mom was just like, yo, dude, this like literally cannot happen again or else we're fucking broke, dude.
Dude, I had a friend of the family I know, their kid.
What was his name?
Their kid, James, threw away his retainer at school.
Oh, that sucks.
These people they had some money. Like, no way.
They made them dig
went
through the
down
trash.
to the fucking school, went through all of the trash for this. Dude, this is like 1,000 kid or more, way more than 1,000 kid per class school.
Oh, dude. And they had to go through all that fucking trash. Did the parents go through it or did the staff?
The parents.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say like, oh, these people had money. They made the fucking
no, but they had money. But
janitorial
they were
staff do
they were
it.
such chiselers. They're like, we're gonna have to go through the fucking garbage to find that.
Well, you know, whatever.
It's a good lesson to learn, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to. It's tough. It's tough. Like, you don't want to put a trashy retainer in your mouth, but at the same time, your parents can't have you running around thinking that like money grows on fucking trees.
Yeah, that kid stinks anyways. He dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
Got his GED, great. And I don't know what the fuck he does now.
Is he a Mensa candidate now?
He went to like a community college for a little bit, but he worked at a magic store. Not like a magic tricks, but
is he a wizard?
The magic card store.
Oh, like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a tough guy.
By tough, you mean yes.
I bet there's a lot of chicks hanging out around that store.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sorry about this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry about the smell, guys.
Just drenched in fucking wet pussies, dude.
Fucking whole store smells like lap mackerel. And he's like,
oh yeah.
Excuse the smell, everybody. You know, it's just the bitches. All the comic book whoos.
Oh, the whoos.
Dude, that was I miss brick and mortar comic shops and stuff like that. There's like a few around here, but I don't know. How long are those really going to be around?
Not much longer, probably. I don't know.
There's just a certain aesthetic that and a certain level of nostalgia that it brings back. Yeah. But then it's like you look at something, you find something you like, you look at the price tag, and it's like they're really gouging you on the nostalgia factor alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's tough to be a fan of any of that kind of world when you want merchandise and whatnot. But
merchandise, he needed the money.
I'm over here now. I can't do dice clay to save my life.
Well, it's merchandise, so he's selling stuff.
Oh yeah. I still think Kumia's Andrew Dice Gay. That's probably the best Dice impersonation and best Dice character.
Dice Bob Kelly's pretty good.
When was Dice? I don't think I've heard Dice Bob Kelly.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too.
I'm over here now, dude.
Yeah, that one was fucking good.
You got your iPad, you got your fingerless gloves, you can use the screen.
You know what, dude? Boom. You got your charger.
You got your charger, your fingerless gloves, you're on the move. Boom.
You pull your watch up.
All right, Daddy needs a cigarette. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's hot in here too.
You know it's hot too. All right, thank you everybody for joining us for another installment of the Brass Tacks Podcast. And if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like us to cover on the show, go ahead and send us an email at therealbrasstacks@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at therealbrasstacks. Like our Facebook fan page. I almost said our Facebook face page. I always fuck up plugs no matter what. I've noticed that too. I've never gotten through a clean plug once in my life. Nor have any of my sisters. Oh! Little period joke for the end. I guess we will. It's fucking terribly executed. I guess we'll catch you guys next week. Have a great week and go fuck your mother.
Yeah, and you were talking about being in humidity, dude.
Yeah.
You definitely can't eat ass if it's humid out.
These are facts.
It's a swamp, dude.